In this session, we're going to dive deep into some of the strategies, insights that not only has helped me, but it's helped so many of my students achieve remarkable success in real estate. Whether you're just starting out or looking to elevate your current real estate ventures, this webinar is going to be designed to give you the tools, confidence needed to thrive in the business. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar who I am, I have over 25 years of experience in real estate investing and coaching. I've successfully closed more than 500 deals, being a three-time best-selling author, co-founder of the REIPro software, and executive film producer of the Folds of Honor documentary. My passion lies in generally supporting others in the industry. My work's been featured on major networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, USA Today, and I'm super excited to also be joined with an esteemed real estate investor and professor, Eric Van Gorkum. He's going to be joining us throughout this presentation. I really created this training because I'm going to personally mentor a select group of motivated individuals in real estate investing, regardless of your experience, background, or location. So if you're eager to master the real estate business, uncover insider secrets, build a part or full-time career, increase your income, and create a lasting legacy for you and your family, then this session is going to be for you. And I encourage you to watch the entire presentation to see how this opportunity could benefit you. People ask me, like, do you really have time to do this? And I could tell you that I only do coaching when I do have time. It's been my passion to work directly with students to help them replicate my success blueprint and gain the confidence needed to really excel in this. I don't want you to be okay. I don't want you to be average. And the great thing is, you're going to be working directly with me. No third party, no paid coaches, no group sessions. It's just one on one mentorship through various channels, which I'm going to explain shortly. So please take this opportunity as seriously as I do. One of the first things that I wanted to just kind of chat with everybody about is some of the common challenges. I only say this because I see it all the time and I've seen it for years. And it to me, it seems like it's the same challenges. I've even faced a lot of these challenges when I got started back in 1999 after I quit my job. And I'm not telling everyone you should just quit your job. I mean, heck, I quit my job with $2,500 in the bank account and I got a U-Haul and went to Bryan College Station, Texas. I've been through these challenges too, and I see it so often. So I wanted to kind of cover this is what people face, and these are just common sense challenges here. Finding deals, number one. And I always say, if you ever follow me, I always say spend 90% of your time finding deals because nothing else matters without a deal. You have the MLS driving for dollars, data providers like REI Pro, online sources, advertisements, and many other ways to find deals. But I want to teach you it's not about a property. That's not what you're looking for. It's the situation of the owner because the situation of the owner, no matter where you found it, makes the difference between buying it or walking away. It's learning how to cherry pick leads. And it's a very simple process that I go through. It's the difference between doing one deal a year or 10 deals a year. Strategy knowledge. This is probably one of the most understood parts of the business. And I get it. I've seen so many people on YouTube trying to explain what something is. And then you go to another video and they say something a little bit different. Heck, it took me about a year to learn what the heck a lease option was. But I want you to understand that this is your craft. This is the steering wheel in the car, the engine in the plane. These are the tools doctors use to operate. I want you to master multiple strategies because multiple strategies equals multiple profit centers. For example, if wholesaling is slow this month, you have other strategies to make money with. You don't want to be that one shoe fits all approach type of investor out there. And I always say that because you're going to not see things. If you only know it one way, you only see that one thing out there. When you understand multiple strategies, you're going to start to see other opportunities. And I could tell you, strategy knowledge is the foundation of everything you do. And I'm going to help you master this part of it because it's so important to me. Market analysis. So, this not only refers to what's happening in your market right now, such as we'll say home prices, rental market, home sales, growth. Is it a seller's or buyer's market, supply and demand? But also, what strategy should you be focusing on during these conditions? I want you to also take in consideration outside influences like interest rates, inflation, unemployment. If you don't understand what's happening, how can you invest with confidence and make money? I want to show you how I can literally jump into any market right now and I could start making money. Also, by understanding your market, you're also going to get better at seeing future trends. I can tell you, this is where I learned this. This is just a short personal story that I had bought a condo in Ashburn, Virginia, 120 some thousand-dollar condo, and it was brand new, and I sold it and I made like 20 grand because I thought the market, it went up, but I thought the market was going to crash in 2002, like the prices were going to go down. So I ended up selling it. I made a very, very small profit. And then I saw 2005 it sold for 350. Like, oh my gosh, we just needed to hold on to that just a little bit longer. You never ever know, but what I learned is when the market changes, you just change the strategy. The more you're in this business, you're going to start to foresee things. You're going to see things coming. You know, we're not fortune teller or anything like that. Okay. But we can get closer today as we see things start to develop in the marketplace. And I want you to understand that because it changes the strategy. That is so important for you to be in this business for a long time, just like I have. I've seen so many people, they're in it for a couple years and something happens because they don't understand. I want you to understand this part. It's so big. Time management. You know, when you don't know what to do, you're not even sure when to do it, right? And I see so many people working on things that really don't matter. You know, becoming successful in this business, it's really understanding not just what to do, when to do it, but more importantly, why you're even doing it to begin with. It's the whys in it. There's no point of starting really a business if you're not even sure of this. And I've been there, trust me. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing, which wasted so much of my time and money. And over the years of learning what not to do, I built a logical system of actions that need to be done in a specific order. And when you know this, regardless of what strategy you're working, you're going to accomplish your goals much faster and with confidence. And the best part is that you can duplicate it. Knowing you're doing the right things you should be doing at the right time. That is so important. It's the one thing, it's kind of a backbone of my teaching philosophy is teaching you what to do next. It's really the difference between success and failure. Risk management. This really comes down to how you run the numbers. It's running comps, analyzing costs, crafting offers, and maximizing your returns by choosing the best exit strategy. I've had a lot of investors do a deal or two where they either broke even on the deal or they lost money to learn that they needed my help. To me, understanding how to analyze the numbers is the second most important aspect for real estate investors following lead generation. Look, this is not the time that you could afford to fail. And I'll personally walk you through the numbers to ensure that you aren't making those financial mistakes. Building a network. These are going to be the people that are going to help you in your real estate journey. And the number one person should be your mentor. As you work on different strategies, your mentor is going to help guide you on who your power team members should be, because not every strategy requires all these members. I have seen so many people. It's like, okay, I got to go get an attorney. I got to go get a title company. I got to go get an agent. I've got to get a plumber. They spend so much time building a network of people that they really didn't even need all those people. Knowledge and experience, you know, it's what you don't know, right? That holds people back or prevents you from seeing opportunities. Have you ever heard the saying, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything, right? It's a sign of intelligence. And the opposite is someone who thinks they know everything, right? That's a sign of stupidity. So knowledge is understanding how to connect the dots, but knowledge doesn't do you any good unless you put it into action. This creates experience. And with experience, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. For most people, you don't really have years to try to figure it out, make mistakes, or lose money. This is where you can piggyback off of my knowledge and experience. Because why waste the next several years trying to figure it out when I already have that blueprint? Technology, and a lot of people cringe. especially older people when I say this. It's the reality, right? We don't live back in the days when I got started and had to drive down to the county tax assessor, use microfiche to look up properties. I mean, data and technology have advanced leaps and bounds over the last 20 years. But look, if you don't use the technology available, you can't compete with people like me out there. That's why I have to teach you this stuff. Look, I'm a real estate guy. That's what I do. But I also own a data and technology company. I get it. Like, I understand. And most importantly, I know how to use it to my advantage. And that's why I want to show you how to use it to your advantage. And the last one is emotional psychological barriers. And I don't know, maybe this should be number 2 on the list because it could be actually number 1 on this list. This really does hold people back. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is fear and failure, right? Many investors paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes or losing money. And this fear of failure often leads to overanalysis, which I've seen so much, also known as analysis paralysis, where investors spend too much time evaluating deals and they miss out on timely investments. I would say number 2 off of this is doubt and lack of confidence. This can really hinder your ability to make decisive moves. This is especially common among new investors who may feel overwhelmed because, there's things to learn. It feels overwhelming about real estate. But that's why we have to break this stuff down in very simple ways for people that are new. Let's say one more, reluctant to change, right? The real estate market is constantly evolving. So resistance to change and reluctance to adapt to new trends, technologies, or strategies can put investors at a disadvantage. And I love what Jim Rome said years ago. He said, things don't change. It's hot every summer, it's cold every winter. Things don't change. People do. So if you want to make a change in your life, you must change. Then he says, are you waiting for things to change? Are you waiting for that next deal to just jump into your lap? That's like the lady who waited for a ship to come in that her pier collapsed. Get the knowledge, which will help build the confidence. Put it into action. I'm going to give you a test. 5 frogs sitting on a log. 3 of them decided to jump. How many are left? 5. See, deciding to do something is nothing. Doing something is something. Whether you struggle with fear of failure, lack of confidence, stress, or any other obstacles, this program offers the tools, strategies to help you achieve your investment goals and accelerate your success in real estate. I want to share with you what I call my blueprint. This is what's going to help you in so many ways because I've been there. I was that same person that got started. We all get started. I just got started wrong. And I see so many people, they start wrong and they don't even know that they're heading down the wrong road till later on, 3, 6 months later. It's like, whoa, what am I even down this road for? That's what we have to stop. That's having years of experience. It's over 20 years. I've been doing this, navigating various market conditions. I've seen it all. Successful deals. Personally closed hundreds of these deals in multiple different types of properties, residential, commercial, and multifamily. Of course, strategies. Those that follow me, I talk about this all the time. It's understanding multiple strategies, being creative. You can't just go at this simple, but it's not difficult to be creative when I teach you how to be creative. It's just we don't even know what that even means to be creative. And I can tell you, this has helped my students. I have worked with students that have owned hundreds of houses and they needed me as a coach because they realized the first 60 they bought wrong. Just because you own a bunch of properties doesn't mean you're doing it right. And when you can get in there and really work a strategy that caters to the problem, which is the ownership of the property, you're going to close more deals, period. What we do as investors, we throw a strategy at the owner. If you wholesale, it's a low cash offer, but that's all you know how to do. So that's all you offer. But it may not actually fit or solve the problem of the actual owner. And it's a hard no. And then you're like, oh, I guess I'll just move on to the next deal. But that's what we do. I want to teach you multiple strategies, but learning how to be creative with them. Educational impact. I really am super dedicated. When you work with me, I really try to give you everything that I have. Those of you that follow me on YouTube or through REIPro, I don't hold anything back. And I think but it's also how I teach it. People always say I just teach it different. I'm going to give you the secret recipe to teaching. At least this is my experience of teaching. I always teach why you're doing it. Because if you don't understand why, I see so many people like, hey, you need to go get an LLC. Okay, I got an LLC. Now what? But you don't even know why you got one. So you multiply by that with so many different teaching styles, and heck, Eric's a professor. Like he's an expert at teaching. But from my experience, I try to teach why we're doing it. And people are like, God, I can learn from this guy. I understand. He breaks it down so simple. That's how I like to teach. This is how I talk. I don't change for anybody. This is who I am. Reputation. I've been in this business a long time, more than most people there on YouTube. But I've never been that real big, like, hey, I'm going to go build a coaching program, put 500 people in it. I'm the kind of person that I'd want to be taught by the person, like you are the person, not somebody else that's not you. For that reason, when I open up availability for coaching, I set aside the time to do it, but I can only take so many people. And of course, these are the strategies that I teach because there are no others. I can tell you there's 30 ways to sell or finance a house. So there are multiple ways through these strategies, but these are the hardcore strategies that we have to follow. And these are the multiple strategies that I want to teach you. I just want to share with you how important what I just said was. There's three strategies going on with just this one deal. So this is a pre-foreclosure deal, beautiful home, gated community. We found this property, it was in pre-foreclosure. So it's pre-foreclosure investing, but we ended up seller financing it. But then we rehabbed it and sold it. We have multiple strategies going on with just one property. But see, this is the niche though, right? So like I said before, most people they just know it one way. So you're leaving everything else on the table for people like me. This is going to be a niche for you wherever you live because people that go through pre-foreclosure, I mean, this happens everywhere. People have problems, and that's where we show up. I want you to see how many other people that I help because I understood how to do it. Number one, it helped the homeowner, so it saved their credit, eventually paid off the loan for them. It helped their credit. They're not going to have 7 to 10 years on their credit. The attorney that actually worked for the bank, once I made up the back payments, he got paid. Eventually, I sold the property, so it actually cashed out the loan, so the bank got paid off. There's also HOA due on this property, which we paid off. The employees for the landscape company got paid because they had to come over and trim the trees and a lot of other things. We also had a plumber, electrician, we had a door company, a cabinet company, we had a floor company where we closed the transaction twice. When I bought it on seller finance, I filed the paperwork myself. And when we eventually sold it, all the people in the recorder's office got paid. The listing agent that originally listed the property, selling agent, just think how the neighbors benefited because this, pre-foreclosures, the property starts to get distressed, get depreciate the value of their home. The new buyer that eventually bought the house got a nice, awesome property. And of course, myself and $82,000. But I want you to see, because a lot of people really don't talk about this. Everyone was helped in this situation because I know how to do it. Of course, we have tons of successful people. Just the first one, Denise and Omar, is a pre foreclosure. I was actually at this house and talked to the owner personally. That deal was their very first deal, which was the pre foreclosure, 20 grand. Rory Turner, the first deal he made, 134 grand. Sometimes you hit a home run. You just don't know if it's your first deal or your 50th deal, but you'll hit a home run somewhere. When you become a student of mine, I tell all my students this, you're my partner now. So when you go to the property and somebody asks you a question, you're not sure, just say, let me ask my partner. Just some of the benefits of coaching, and probably easy for me to say, but I say this very truthful. I say this very honestly because I see so many people that struggle here. So many people that struggle. It's like, hey, I'm going to get into real estate investing because I want to make money. Well, of course, that's the whole point. That's why it's called real estate investing. You invest to make money, right? It's a business, it's not a nonprofit. I'm going to customize these strategies that align with your goals. I know how to design this program for you. I'm going to know your risk tolerance. I'm going to know your investment style, who you are as a person. The more we communicate, we're going to build that relationship. I don't care if you want to do this part time or full time. You're going to receive that undivided attention. That is the best way to teach it, allowing for detailed discussions, targeted advice specific to your deals, your situation. Like I said before, there are no paid coaches, no group sessions. You're going to learn directly from me. You're going to have my personal cell phone, my personal email. We're also going to conduct meetings through Zoom. Next is accelerated learning. You're going to benefit from my experience and insights directly, which is going to enable you to learn so much faster. And you're going to avoid those common pitfalls that 90% of people go through when they say, "Hey, I'm going to get into real estate investing," right? I remember when I said I was getting into real estate investing, everyone's like, "You're crazy." They don't say that to me anymore. I'm going to help identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your confidence is gonna go up. When your confidence goes up, you talk to people different. You're gonna talk to the owner different. Your body language is gonna change because I do real-time feedback. If you have a property, you can't wait for a next call. Like, you need to email me. Here's the property. Here are the details. Hey, Chris, I just talked to them. What do I do? We have to talk about it because deals can't wait. All right. You can't wait till next week on Tuesday's call, right? Sometimes those happen, and I plan for that extra time. Accountability, but I want to help you set realistic goals. I need to track that progress. I'm going to hold you accountable. Make sure you stay on course. I do not want to be the person that says, "Hey, you need to get off the couch and go do something." That's not me. I am not a babysitter. I am here to help you learn the business the right way. Problem solving is probably one of my number one things that I do. I love this part, it's like a puzzle sometimes with these properties. When you encounter these challenges, I'm going to give you immediate practical solutions based on my experience. I'm also going to assist you in troubleshooting specific issues related to your deals. Maybe it's your negotiations, maybe it's the market conditions, but I'm going to give you actionable advice, not go watch a video or, "Hey, read up on this a little bit more and then get back with me." That's not how this works in my eyes. This is going to give you long term success because I focus teaching sustainable investment practices that ensure long term profitability and growth. To keep it simple, I want you to be able to duplicate what I'm going to teach you, and I want you to do it for years to come. Once you have this knowledge and the systems in place, nobody can ever take that away from you, and you'll have that information forever. We will spend 5 years trying to figure out something when I can teach you in a very short period of time that you will never forget it. And also, few individuals, I would say, that are in my position even offer coaching, but I'm deeply passionate about helping others really succeed in this business. And I wanted Eric just to I have no idea what Eric's going to say, but I know who he is, I know what he's done. And I wanted Eric to just kind of mention a few things, his experience. We'll go from there. So, hey, Eric.
Hello, everybody. How's it going this evening? Thanks for being here. Chris wanted me to come on and just kind of share my experience. Probably in 2010, 2008, 2010, I myself was probably in the same position you guys are all in right now. I was just trying to figure out, I want to invest in real estate, but I don't know how to do it. And I watched all kinds of videos. I read books. I did all kinds of things. And I was like, it's almost overloading with information. And it was just paralysis. I'm like, I've got so much information, I don't know where to start. I don't even know where to begin. And I finally realized that I need someone to kind of guide me somehow, someone to kind of maybe hold my hand, but also just guide me. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. I don't know because I have no feedback. And so I got online, was watching a bunch of people that were doing videos, and I found Chris doing one of his videos, and he had his little not whiteboard, but it was like a board that had paper on it, and he was writing down all the strategies, and he was doing the financing, and he was explaining it in real simplistic terms. And for me, that hit really well for me because I'm a professor. I teach at Austin Community College. I teach anatomy and physiology. I'm a detailed person. I want to know the details. I want to understand that how things work in the body. And I also like to teach my students the how and the why. Why is it doing it? And how is it doing it? So if you understand the how and the why of like how the heart works, then you understand why it malfunctions and why is that a problem in the body. And so I had to learn the how and the why. And so I found Chris, looked him up. Turns out he was living in Austin, Texas, where I currently live, which was convenient. Called him up and said, "Hey, I want to meet you." And he goes, "Okay, come on down." So I met with him, and I was like, I need a mentor. I need somebody to show me how to do things. And that was what 2010, I think, and we've been friends ever since. So 2024, so almost 14 years. So it was really good to have a mentor to really kind of guide you and, kind of put bumper guards on you and let you kind of manage a little bit, but also kind of guide you too to make sure that you're not doing mistakes that are going to cost you a lot of money. Do the right things, learn how to do all these strategies that he's talking about because you've heard a lot of them, and I'm sure a lot of you have looked into a lot of research, and there's a lot of different strategies out there, but again, it's almost so much information that you don't know where to go and you just get paralyzed. And that's where someone like a coach or a mentor can come along beside you and kind of help you and guide you to a little bit more focus. And that's kind of where you're after is a little bit more focus so you can, start this journey of investing in real estate. It is a journey. I mean, I've been doing it for now 14 years and I've made mistakes. I've had some successes. I've made mistakes. So I think everybody does. You just want to lessen those mistakes. And some of the mistakes I did was before I even met Chris. And I learned afterwards, like, oh, yeah, oh, I did that and I did that and I did that. That was all wrong. Okay. Yeah. I definitely need somebody to help guide me. So Chris has been a great mentor, a great friend, and I highly recommend getting someone to walk beside you in this journey.
So let's just get right into it. I have 4 programs. I'm gonna explain each one. So it's a 3, 6, 9, or 12-month program. You do get a little bit more in each one, which we're gonna cover. The reason why I have 4, let me tell you the reason why I have 4. Over the years, I've learned that somebody would get on a 6-month program and say, "I need more time." So I created a 12-month program. So people are like, "Well, what do we do after 12 months?" Well, we'll talk about it at the end of 12 months. The downside with having multiple months of coaching programs is that when my time is full, I can't upgrade. So I have a lot of people that ask me, "Hey, Chris, if I get on a 6 month, can I upgrade to a 12?" And I'll tell you, if I have time, because when people commit, I also have to commit too. If you commit to a 6 month where somebody over here committed to, a 12-month, I have to commit that 12 months as well, which will eat up the other 6 months that you would want. So I manage that in a very good way, and I've learned how to manage that over the years. I could tell you this is the reason why I don't take a lot of people. Awesome feeling to be able to have an impact on other people's lives. So let's go through. This is something that is in all plans. This is what I call must be included in every coaching program. The very first thing when somebody enrolls into coaching, I'm going to email you a goal sheet. Simple questions. I don't ask financial questions and all that stuff that the crazy seminars do. This is really understanding what you think your goal is today, because I know your goals are going to change over the next 6 months. But once I have those goals, it helps me understand how to actually create, number one, a created to do list. Here are the basic things you need to get done right now. Is it set up an LLC? Maybe you don't have a company. Well, we need to come up with a company name. We need to do this. We need to do that. So I will help create that to-do list for you because you may not know what you need to get done versus what you would like to get done or what you think should be done. I'm going to give you the very basic pieces that need to get done. I'm also going to give you strategy game plans. This will be different for everyone. Obviously, there's only so many strategies, but I want to give you actionable things to do that relates to a strategy because obviously we need to start learning the strategy. I want you to understand it as well as I do. And I've learned how to teach it in a way that you can. I'm also going to give you a schedule. Now, this schedule is going to change. Everyone is different. Some people, they don't have a job. This is what they're going to do full time. Some people have full time jobs that can only maybe dedicate 5 hours a week to the business. Let me figure out what your schedule needs to be, but I can work with all of those. But you need to dedicate that time, whatever that time may be. I always say you need to be willing to do what others aren't. We're going to communicate through phone, text, email, of course, Zoom, which we've already talked about. You're going to have my personal cell phone. You're going to have my personal email. You do not talk to anybody that works for me because that's where miscommunication happens. I need to know exactly what's going on because you will get lost if you're talking to 10 different people. You need to just talk with me because I need to know who you are, your story, what we're doing, why we're doing it, what deal you're working, what neighborhood you're in. I need to know all those things. And those are things that we're going to do together. REIPro is going to be included. This is a must have, so I throw it in and I pay the bill for you. This is where we analyze, we pull leads. I show you how to cherry pick, filter them, run comps, make offers, fill out contracts, find buyers. This is the tool, the systems that you have to have in order to work with me. We're also going to be doing a 2-day conference. It's going to be a winter conference. This is included with the 9 and 12-month plans. This is awesome. If you've never been to a live event of ours, I can tell you it's totally different in this way. Number one, we only allow so many people to come into the room. We're not a seminar company. We don't sell anything. This gives us an opportunity to really kind of a hands-on experience because guess what? You do exercises at my conference. You're actually going to have homework. You're there to learn. You're there to get better and meet other people that are learning the same things you are that live in a different part of the country. Also, in the 9-12 month, you're going to, as we get moving into the program, we're going to do a podcast with you. It's going to help me help you get exposed. Credibility is a big thing in the industry, right? So you have a seller who goes to your website, you have no credibility if you're just getting started. I want to help you build that. Not many people do this for people. If you are that person that's like, Chris, I need the business in the box. We'll go in and do all the marketing. Our design team will design the logos, the cards, the everything you need, the social media stuff. We're going to go build the website for you. We know what it needs to look like. We know what needs to be said in the website. We're going to do all that for you. This is the cool highlight part of the 12-month is that I'm going to fly into your hometown where you're investing and it's just going to be me and you. Or me and you and a spouse, me, you and a partner, whoever is gonna be there, I don't care, right? As long as we can all get in the car. But this is where you have the opportunity to see through my eyes. I can talk about it and I try to explain it, but when I'm there physically and we get to spend 2 full days together, we eat lunch together, we can eat dinner together, we're gonna spend time, like, we're gonna get out there. That's a deal there. There's an opportunity there. I'm gonna go in and talk to the seller right in front of you. When you get that kind of experience, like, you never forget that stuff. How I moved, how my body language was, why I didn't say anything. Did he smile? Like, you're gonna learn so much just from this, and I've had so many people, it's like, "You can't leave." We'll coordinate this together. Number 1, I'm gonna give you, obviously, preparation for my 2 days. This is not something I just show up on. We have to be prepared for this, okay? I really want it to be a great experience. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. We do have a 3-month coaching plan. It's gonna include all the basic important stuff that I feel is the basics to really do well. You can go out there and just keep duplicating what I'm gonna teach you through the game plans, through the support that I'm gonna personally give you, all the deal analysis, all those things we're going to do together in combination with the software. The 6-month program, you're going to get that. You're just going to get an extra 3 months because I know for most people, this is where you're probably going to fall in a 6 or 9 month program unless you're that person that's like, Chris, look, I just need the whole daggone thing. I am not going to, if I'm going in, I'm going in. in doing this and I want it done right. Our 9-month program and then the 12-month program, again, this is kind of the business in a box. And I'm more than happy to go into depth of these different programs when we get on a phone call. You go to my website, it's chrisgoffrealestate.com. Up at the top on the menu, just click coaching. All you have to do is just fill out the form. It's going to redirect you to a page to schedule a call. You're going to see a button on that second page that says schedule a call. You're going to see the times available that pop up. Just pick a time that's convenient for you. This is a call between just me and you. I will be calling from my personal cell phone, but this gives us an opportunity to really talk about who you are, your situation. And we also need to understand, is this a good fit for both of us at the end of the day? Because it has to be right for both of us. This isn't a one-way street where it only works for one party. For those of you, I am going to throw a few bonuses in. Those that sign up or enroll into coaching before the holiday, July 4th. It's called the 10 Roadblocks to Success. It's an awesome audio that I just don't really share with a lot of people. This was actually recorded at an event. There was probably 150 people there years ago when I did this, and it's motivational, I think. And you're going to learn what these 10 roadblocks that we go through in life that really hold us back. I'm also going to throw in my wholesaling home study course. This is a downloadable course. We'll give you access to this along with the videos and stuff that go with this particular course. Again, another foundational piece that I can throw in as bonus number two. But I go bonus number three. This one's pretty awesome for those of you that may rehab a house. Okay, so that's my wife. We're at Hollywood there. That's Jack Canfield, wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, best-selling author, big time. She has helped me write best-selling books. This is what she does. Also, she is our design girl. I have a student now that just bought 2 properties. She's actually helping set up the contractors, helping set up the design of these 2 properties. Pretty awesome. And bonus number 4, I'm gonna give you an extra 30 days no matter what program you sign up for over the 6 months. Can't do it for the 3 months, but 6, 9, or 12, I'm gonna give you an extra 30 days for those people that are action takers. I have limited space, limited time, but I wanna work with good people, people that are ready to make a difference. They don't wanna waste time. I mean, you think about how much time we waste. You know, time is the only thing you can't buy? Did you know that? Like, that's so valuable. I think the older we become, you realize how important everyone's time is. But how much money, like, why would you go through the pain of trying to figure out, always second guessing yourself? You can just get the answer now. Let's just go do it right now. I mean, you do one deal, you're going to pay your enrollment fee back to me, then everything else is free and clear. Like, if me and you can't do a deal together, there's a problem because you're my partner now in this. We're doing this together. I need you to go do it, but we're going to do this together. Here's Steve, the guy I did infield training with. We seller finance this house. It's about 2 blocks away from the beach for 900 grand, 60,000 in rehab. Gets 3 to 5,000 per week. He does do the short-term vacation rental, again, depending on the week, up to 10 grand in monthly cash flow. Current value is 1.5. How long would it take you to save up 500 grand? Most people can't do that. We run into these opportunities, but we have to know how to do it. Think about somebody will go buy a $60,000 car, but they won't invest a penny in their education because they think they'll just go figure it out. Hey, I've been there. It took years to figure it out and a lot of mistakes. Then he sends me a text message, made $290,000 profit on another deal. Awesome. We're going on $1 million. How long would it take? I mean, you think about retirement and stuff. Most people don't even have a retirement. Even if you had a retirement, the retirement you set 15, 20 years ago isn't even going to come close to paying the bills today. And everybody knows it. You have to go make more money. We can go do that together. One of my idols here, Brian Tracy, gave me this testimonial when he interviewed me on TV. Chris Goff, one of the most sought after real estate educators in the country, spent his whole life helping people succeed. Schedule a call with me. All you got to do is go to my website. It's right there on the screen. Click coach and fill out the form. It's going to redirect you to another page that's going to have all the information that I just shared with you. And then there's going to be a button that says click to schedule a call. That's going to be with me. Let's talk about your situation. Let's talk about how coaching can impact you. Tell me where you live, the things you're interested in, how much time you have available, those things. And let's figure out if this is going to be a win win for both of us. because I already know it can change your life. And I know, as cheesy as that sounds, it's so true. This market that we're going into right now is going to open up so many doors. When everybody in their mind is getting out because of cost and interest rates, that's the day you better say you better be in it. Because if not, you're already thinking backwards on how this business really runs. Think about this. If I can teach you how to make money in today's market, just think when it gets better. Just think when it declines, how proactive, what strategies you're going to know exactly what to do. You're going to actually start to see prices go down in certain areas. You're going to know how to react. You're going to know how to market. You're going to know how to talk to the people. You're going to know how to craft the right offer for that person. Those things you'll have the rest of your life. You're investing in yourself. Go to the website, sign up, get a call scheduled with me. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there. I appreciate you, and I look forward to working with you. So get signed up for the call and we'll have a conversation. Take care, guys.